right, that's what I like to hear to start us off. Good morning and welcome to the Santa Moriches High School Class of 2026 Commencement Ceremony. My name is Marissa Mangoni and I am the proud principal of Santa Moriches High School. Thank you. I would like to extend a warm welcome to the distinguished members of the Santa Moriches Board of Education, Mr. Brian Kennedy, Ms. Thomasina Harrell, Dr. Dawn DePerry, Ms. Shauna Walsh, and Mr. John Toms. I would also like to thank and welcome Dr. Ricardo Soto, our Superintendent of Schools, along with the rest of our administrative team, Dr. Botcher, Dr. Jamie Botcher, Mr. Fernando Osorio, Ms. Lisa Scott, Mr. Michael Kaczynski, Dr. Melissa Reggio, Mr. Adongo Longjohn, Dr. Nicole Fernandez, and Ms. Danielle Jackson, as well as a warm welcome to the East Moriches Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Dean Middleman, and the Chief of the Umpqua Nation, Chief Harry Wallace. I would also like to welcome our Santa Moriches teachers, staff, family, friends, and most importantly, our class of 2026. If you would like to listen to our ceremony in Spanish, please see Ms. Lenegro for our headset, as Ava will be translating the ceremony in Spanish. The ceremony is also being live streamed. I sent out the link again this morning, so hopefully you got that. It is on the cmschools.org website under latest news, and you can click that and see a live stream of it right now. We also have an alternate location in the library where we will be streaming the ceremony, which is also air conditioned, and if you prefer a smaller and quieter space. In case of an emergency, please notice the exits located behind both sides of the gym and behind the stage. Today's event would not be possible without the efforts of so many behind the scenes. A special thank you to our Buildings and Grounds crew under the leadership of Chris Harrell, our security team led by Sean Spiller. Thank you to Ava Geraldo Hernandez for translating for us this morning, and our amazing clerical staff, especially Ms. Beth Zvanovac for her tremendous work in organizing a smooth and seamless ceremony. We know how important this day is to our graduates and to all of our family, so we want to make sure that this goes as smooth as possible. So I'm very appreciative of them. Thank you, Ms. Zvanovac, and our entire clerical team for your hard work and dedication. Thank you to Mr. Conifrey for leading our symphonic band. Thank you to Mr. Jared Volkemer and Mrs. Allison Galafaro, who are the class of 2026 advisors, for their tremendous dedication to this class, as well as all of today's chaperones that are participating. Thank you to the PTO for these beautiful decorations on stage and in the hallways. They look amazing. Thank you for your continuous support and for always supporting our students here at Santa Moriches. And thank you for your patience with all of those thank yous. At this time, please join me in welcoming Senior Class President Madison Bennett to recite the Pledge of Allegiance, along with our all-county musician, Molly Hart, to sing the national anthem. Please stand if you are able.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the rampart
so much, Madison and Molly. That was fantastic. Today we celebrate the 126th graduation ceremony at Santa Moriches High School. Throughout the years, our Board of Education has been a dedicated supporter of our students. We are honored to welcome our Board of Education President, Mr. Brian Tennedy, followed by Dr. Dawn DePerry, our Board of Education Trustee, to share a few words with us this morning.
So quickly before I start, there was one more thank you because this is not an easy task. So Ms. Mangonia, can you please stand up? So let's give her a round of applause because all of the people that she recognized, she has to coordinate. So please know that this is not an easy task. Good morning, graduates, families, faculty, staff, administrators, members of the Board of Education, and distinguished guests. Today we gather to celebrate the Santa Moriches High School class of 2026. Graduates, this moment belongs to you. It represents years of hard work, perseverance, friendship, challenges, successes, setbacks, and growth. This evening we celebrate not only what you have accomplished, but also what remarkable individuals you have become. It is a time of reflection for everyone gathered here. As I considered what message I wanted to share with you, I found myself thinking about the many people, organizations, and experiences that helped shape your journey. Your success did not happen in isolation. It was nurtured by a community that invested in you from the very young age. Many of you began your journey through organizations such as MYO, Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts, Santa Moriches Theater Programs, Little League, the Moriches Community Center, the Santa Moriches Music Booster Club, PAL Football and Cheer, volleyball programs, MYO enrichment classes, PTO activities, children's programs at the library, the Santa Moriches Fire Department, sailing at the Yacht Club, Helping Makes You Happy, and countless other community organizations that I can probably continuously go on and on with. These programs did far more than fill your afternoons and weekends. They taught you your teamwork, responsibility, leadership, resiliency, and the value of serving others. They gave you opportunities to discover your passions, build confidence, form lifelong friendships, and learn lessons that extend far beyond the classroom and playing fields. They are what helped jumpstart your career as a student in Santa Moriches. Today, as you celebrate this milestone, take a moment to recognize many individuals and organizations that helped guide you to this stage. Their support, encouragement, and belief in you helped make this achievement possible. Make it a point not only to showcase yourself, but the many others that joined you in your journey. Take a moment and be sure to thank them all for your support. In the spirit of collaboration and time, I asked my fellow and former Board of Education members what advice they would offer the class of 2026. Former Board Trustee Robin Rayburn shared that life is not a straight path. There is nothing wrong with changing directions, trying something new, and asking for help or guidance when needed. Vice President Thomasina Harrell shared a simple but powerful reminder. Life is a roller coaster. Get ready for the ride. Most importantly, always show up. Trustee Shauna Walsh offered another important lesson. Be careful with being uncomfortable. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable, as I was uncomfortable there. No, it's on you to get where you want to be. Trustee John Times stated, reflect on the lessons you've learned here. Just be reminded that some of the most important lessons were never graded. You learned how to work with others, how to lead, how to recover from disappointment, how to support a friend, how to show kindness, how to persevere when things didn't go as planned. These lessons won't appear on a transcript, but they will shape your character and guide you throughout your life. The chapter you've written here has been filled with memories that will last a lifetime. The friendships, the classrooms, the performances, the championships, the clubs, the concerts, the laughter in the hallways, and the moments that challenged you to grow have helped shape who you are today. As I leave you with one final piece of advice, remember this: be yourself, embrace who you are, continue discovering who you want to become, and always strive to be the very best version of yourself. As you begin this next chapter, don't lose yourself in the pressure of trying to fit in or become what others expect you to be. Stay true to your values, your passions, and your dreams. Surround yourself with people who support you, inspire you, and challenge you to grow. Do not run from the challenges or setbacks. Instead, view them as opportunities to learn and adapt and become stronger. Some of life's greatest lessons come from the moments that test us the most. Believe in yourself, trust the foundation that has brought you to this point, and move forward with confidence. The world needs leaders who care. It needs people who listen, who serve, who innovate, and who inspire. It needs people willing to show up, embrace discomfort, and continue learning from life's ungraded lessons, as Mr. John Thompson stated. On behalf of the entire Board of Education, congrats. We are proud of you, we believe in you, and we cannot wait to see what you accomplish. Congrats.
Thank you, Mr. Kennedy. My heart dropped when you said that we had one more thank you, and I thought I forgot somebody. So thank you that it was me. I appreciate that. Dr. John Perry, please help me welcome. Dr. John Perry.
Good morning. I didn't need these 2 years ago when I did this for my son, but I'm going to wear glasses today, and thanks for the big print. Good morning, graduates, families, faculty, and friends. So here we are, commencement. The moment that marks the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. Traditionally, this is the part where someone stands at a podium and offers advice about the future. But the truth is, your class has taught me more lessons than I could ever teach you. But if I could leave you with one idea, it comes from my experience working in organizational learning, emerging technology, and capacity development. Your generation will need many skills, and some would say that one of the most important skills will be your ability to use technology. But I would disagree and argue that it will be your ability to resist when it doesn't serve you. Resistance is the trait that you will need most in the coming years. You will need resistance to avoid people who drain you. You will need resistance when you need to stand up to the systems that fail you. You are entering a world where technology can write your emails, summarize your documents, generate your images, solve your equations, schedule your appointments, and answer almost any question in seconds. The convenience is extraordinary, but there's also a danger. Not that machines will think for us, but that we will stop thinking for ourselves. There's a term for this, cognitive surrender. The uncritical acceptance of machine-generated answers simply because they are fast, easy, and available. The temptation will be everywhere. When you're staring at a blank page, AI can write the first draft. When you're stuck on a difficult problem, AI can give you the answer. When you're unsure of what to say, AI can choose the words. And sometimes those tools will be useful, but growth rarely happens in convenience. Growth happens in struggle. Growth happens when you wrestle with that blank page, you write a crappy first draft, you edit for grammar, and then you discover the beauty of your inner voice after all that effort. Growth happens when you attempt the most difficult math problem after you spent twice as long as you thought you would, because the next time you saw something similar, you instantly knew how to solve it. Growth happens when you read the entire philosophy book. You have a heated argument, you become embarrassed when you realize that you were wrong, and then you remember that classroom and that book for decades to come. The friction is not a flaw in your ability. You need friction to scale a mountain. AI tools sometimes are built to reduce or eliminate the friction, but the friction is the learning. Every meaningful accomplishment in your life, every skill, every relationship, every achievement worth having will require sustained effort, grit, and persistence. Think about every accolade you ever won, big or small, whether it was winning a tournament, getting this diploma, painting something you were proud of, playing in a challenging musical performance. Nothing came easy. You probably missed a goal, you got injured, you got a bad grade on a test, or you squeaked at your first band concert. Those mistakes gave you a greater sense of accomplishment later on because they also helped you learn. Mistakes are not obstacles to success. They are the path to it. There is no friction when technology is doing all the work. We cannot reject technology altogether because it's all around us, but we can choose when and how to resist it and to what degree. So I'm asking you, instead, be intentional. Use the technology to extend your capabilities, not replace them. Use it to support your thinking, not surrender it. Use it to amplify your creativity, not substitute it. Most importantly, remember that just because something can be automated does not mean that it should be. As you move into this next chapter of your lives, you will help shape the systems, policies, organizations, and the inventions that define the future. You will decide what we preserve, what we augment, and what we are willing to hand over. And when you don't like the decisions that are being made for you and without you, resist them. Stand up for the things that you believe in. Put humanity first, even if it means choosing the path of most resistance. Because the future is not a question of what AI can do. It will soon be able to do almost anything. It's a question of what humans should do next. So preserve the skills that challenge you. Protect the hobbies that bring you joy. Value the work that you love that requires patience and practice. And don't allow convenience to rob you of your sense of pride. Don't trade skills for shortcuts. Don't underestimate what you're capable of becoming. And when you're faced with an important choice between the easy answer and the meaningful effort, more often than not, choose meaningful effort. Because the goal of education was never for you to memorize facts and regurgitate answers. I think it was to teach you to think and learn, and to grow and to leave the world better than you found it. Your teachers did a wonderful job of inspiring a love of learning in all of you the last 13 years. Hopefully you will find motivation and curiosity to keep on learning for decades to come. Don't let technology or anyone or anything rob you of that. We need people who can resist taking every shortcut, people who can think for themselves and lead in the world that you are about to build all around you. We need people who still have critical thinking skills, empathy, and the cognitive ability to make critical decisions we need to preserve humans' place in the future of work. The world does not need more work run by robots, or does it need a society living off the grid. It needs capable humans that speak up and refuse to accept or comply with practices that are not good for the future of humanity. We need humans who are curious, capable, and courageous. And I can't think of any other class that embodies those traits than you. Because out of resistance comes strength. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Thank you, Dr. DePerry. Thank you, Mr. Kennedy and Dr. DePerry, not only for your inspiring words, but for all you and our Board of Education does for our students. At this time, I would like to welcome up our class of 2026 president, Madison Bennett, back up to the podium to say a few words.
Good morning. Welcome, faculty, parents, friends, guests, and of course, my fellow graduates, to the graduation of the Moriches class of 2026. If you don't already know me, my name is Madison, and I'm honored to speak as this year's senior class president. I would like to thank our teachers, faculty members, administrators, as well as our parents, family members, and friends for always supporting us through thick and thin. I also want to thank my classmates. Whether we've known each other since Clayton Huey field days, roller skating trips, and our 5th grade luau, since middle school at our 80s dance before masks became a part of everyday life, or just met this year when we got to act like kids again on our Urban Air senior bonding trip, you've shown me what it means to be a good friend, a team player, and a leader. Believe it or not, this is my first year as class president. I can tell you now that I've loved taking on this role because it's taught me that although I can't always please everyone, the power of empathy and listening helps me understand that my grade isn't just a collection of individuals, but a community of complex, layered, and diverse people. Was I thinking all of that when I first ran for president? Yeah, I don't know. I felt I would be good for the job and positively affect my class, but I think deep down there was also a small part of me that just wanted to be the best. I was adopted at birth by the most perfect family I could ever have. But ever since I was old enough to understand, I felt I had something to prove, not only to them, but to myself too. Whatever I was doing, I planned to be the absolute best at it. However, high school has taught me that you don't have to be the best, if there even is such a thing, to be valuable. There are a couple of things I want you to take with you on your big kid journeys into the future, and this is one of them. No matter how successful, popular, or smart you are on paper, being the best will never matter. People may forget your greatest achievements, but they will never ever forget how you made them feel. Those of you who attended Clayton Huey Elementary will recognize the name Kim Hardwick, our principal from kindergarten to 5th grade. She was a support system to many of us, calling us her rock stars. I thought that was cute. Something that will always stay with me is her slogan, kindness changes everything. Mrs. Hardwick showed us the power of kindness at a young age, the kind that isn't loud or attention-seeking, but makes people feel loved and valued. After she passed, it wasn't her title that necessarily stayed with me, but her kind heart that made me feel seen when it would have been otherwise easy to feel invisible. Being kind is easy, and it's free. If you feel you must be the best at something as you go through the next stages of your life, I urge you to lead by her example and just try to be the best at being kind. This class has also faced challenges that no class should ever have to face. We've seen just how much a single person can mean to a community. We've seen our friends, family, teachers, and classmates in support of one another in a way I will never forget. As we reach this final high school milestone, it makes me sad to know that many of us are parting ways, but I know deep down that this class is truly something special, and because of all of the support we've given each other, we're united for life. There will always be a safe spot for the class of 2026 right back here, because we aren't just a class, we're a team too. So maybe, being the best was never really the goal. The goal really is to be the person who shows kindness when nobody is watching, the person who keeps going with courage and strength, the person who makes others feel like they matter the minute they enter a room, the person who keeps going with courage and grace. At the end of the day, that is what people will carry with them. My hope for this class is for all of us to continue to be the best versions of ourselves. Go after the things that excite you, take chances, and aim to build a life that you're proud of. But please never forget the impact of simply being kind, because kindness truly does change everything. Thank you.
Thank you, Madison. Center Moriches High School has a time-honored tradition of inviting one of our own alumni to deliver the commencement keynote address. This year, we are excited to announce our keynote speaker, Ms. Kirsten Ford. Ms. Ford is a proud member of the Center Moriches class of 2003. She graduated valedictorian and went on to attend Dartmouth College, where she double majored in government and French, and was inducted into the college's Athletic Hall of Fame as a figure skater. After earning a Master of Science degree from the London School of Economics, Kirsten built a career spanning policymaking, law, finance, and ultimately marketing. Today, her work is all about play. She creates brand experiences for the LEGO Group across the country. While her professional accomplishments are impressive, Kirsten considers her most important role to be that of a mother. She is a proud mom to 2 children who inspire her every day and keep her on her toes. Please help me welcome Ms. Kirsten Ford.
Good morning, members of the class of 2026, family members, faculty, administration. It's a true honor to be here with you today. Since I graduated from high school, there have been more times than I can count when I find myself asking, why didn't anyone tell me this? And I think that's what you're hearing today. We're all standing up here saying the things that we wish we could tell you now, that we wish we had known when we were in your shoes. And maybe if someone had told me, maybe I wouldn't have listened. And if I'd listened, I probably wouldn't have remembered today is a big day, right? But I still wish someone had given me a heads up, and so that's what I'm going to do. I want to share 3 insights that I wish I had known when I stood on this stage 23 years ago. First, I want to talk about success, okay? Back in 2003, I was obnoxiously good at school. Okay, I was valedictorian, voted most likely to succeed, accepted into an Ivy League school. So of course I did what type A firstborn daughters do, which is put a level of pressure on myself that's usually reserved for deep sea submarines. In other words, I pursued career paths that were widely deemed successful. 2 law firms, Wall Street, the world's largest hedge fund. None of them made me feel successful. I didn't know why until I heard Brené Brown say that when it comes to success, you have to make sure that your ladder is up against the right building. I had been so focused on the climb that I never considered what the top actually looked like. It took me a decade of climbing the wrong buildings before I found the right one. And being the right building had nothing to do with how tall it was or how impressed other people were that I had been able to climb it. It had everything to do with how I felt once I reached the top. Creating strategies for brands like Lego makes work feel like play, and that's a far cry from my days on Wall Street. All of this is to say that there is no singular version of success, just the search to define it on your own terms. So as you begin your quest, make sure your ladder is up against the building that you actually want to climb, because the only person waiting at the top is yourself. Which brings me to the second thing I wish someone had told me. We tend to get asked who and what we want to be when we grow up. We get asked that a lot. But we are rarely asked what parts of us, what parts of yourself do you not want to lose? Growth changes you, and that's a good thing. But you don't want to wake up one day and not be able to recognize yourself. That's what happened to me. I was 32. It was a crisp November day. I can remember this vividly. It was the morning in 2017. And I had just returned to my desk after maternity leave, only to find out that I was being fired. All of a sudden, I was a vulnerable new mom and a chronic overachiever without a job. I spiraled. Doubt and anxiety flooded in, and my inner compass went in every direction but north. To fix it, I actually ended up going back to where you are now, to my high school self. And I remembered how many absurdly early mornings I woke up and went to an ice rink and fell on my behind just so that I could stick the jumps in a 90-second program. And I remembered the nights I stayed up late perfecting debates for Mr. Roberts and essays for Mr. Melandro, although I still haven't ended the debate of which one of them I like more, and I'm not going to do that here today. I remembered that I had grit, and I used it to find my way back to myself. So one day this summer, define your own character. Write down the things about yourself today that you don't want to lose. Years later, when your inner compass breaks, because it will, that's just part of it, go back and read what you wrote. Remember who you are and make your comeback like the New York Knicks. Finally, I saved the good news for last. When it comes to careers, you don't need to have all the answers. Just think about the next step. I did not strive to be a creative strategist 23 years ago. In fact, I didn't even know that that career existed until after college, after a master's degree, and after 7 years in finance. But not one single ounce of my education or my experience has gone to waste. I use it all. I learned how to conduct research in a classroom. I got comfortable presenting to clients and audiences like you on the job at work. And now that I'm building strategies for Lego, being a mom is an asset. It's not a liability. In fact, this year, my son's love of Lego Star Wars shaped a strategy that helped launch Lego's biggest innovation in 50 years. So what I found is at the top of the right building, all of the puzzle pieces of who you are today, who you'll be tomorrow, all of those puzzle pieces have a place. So every time you think to yourself, I wish someone had told me, be that someone. Don't be afraid to share your stories. We need them. And the next time you wonder, like I did, why didn't anyone tell me this? Don't blame me. My 5 minutes are up. Thank you, and congratulations, class.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Kirsten Ford. It is with great pride and admiration that I introduce a truly wonderful individual, the class of 2026 salutatorian, Clara Tevens. Clara is graduating with a GPA of 103.73 and will be attending Tulane University, where she plans to major in international relations and minor in music. Clara has been the Center Moriches ex officio Board of Education member for this past year and has done a phenomenal job. She is also an International Baccalaureate Diploma candidate. Please help me welcome Ms. Clara Tevens.
Good morning, and thanks to all my friends, family, and faculty members who made today possible. I truly wouldn't be where I stand now without you. And for those of whom I haven't had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Clara Tevens, and I am deeply honored to be the class of 2026 salutatorian. Like many of my peers, I spent the last few weeks of my senior year reminiscing and reflecting on my old memories, the places, people, and opportunities that helped me get to where I am today. And with that, I've had a hard time not playing back my favorite moments that will forever be imprinted in my mind. Many of these are anchored to the shore. I've spent countless summer days on my boat or at the beach, swimming, sailing, and paddleboarding. One of my favorite activities, and still is, and I think forever will be, is collecting shells along the beach shoreline. Out of all the treasures I've found over the years, it's hard to pick a traditional favorite, but if I had to choose one, it would be the strange little shell my family calls the fisherman's toenail. They're small, typically no bigger than the joint to the tip of your thumb, and translucent. They can be found in an orangish or pinkish color, and I now know they're really from the shiny bivalve mollusks commonly found near Shelter Island. I used to think that shells were simply mermaid accessories. My cousins would tell me stories of these pretty gems covering their mermaids' tails as they swam gracefully below us on our boat. But when I got older, I was informed that these weren't ocean jewels, but the skeletons of shellfish that once lived in the sea. At first, when I learned this, I was saddened. Not only because my imagination had been crushed by the idea that mermaids weren't swimming beneath our boat wearing these precious shells, but also because I realized I was holding what remained of something that had once lived. What I thought was simply my treasure suddenly turned into my tragedy. However, after pondering it for some time, I came to the conclusion that it maybe didn't have to be mournful. I could choose to see it differently. Understanding their true story didn't take away their elegance, it only deepened their meaning. I didn't realize it then, but what I had learned about those shells taught me lessons that would become some of the most important principles of my life. That being, through the incredible people who have entered and left my life, to overcome conflict, we must search for true understanding. This comes from looking beneath the surface. Too often, we see the exterior of a person or an idea. We base our knowledge on first impressions before we establish a meaningful relationship. We hear a comment, witness an action, disagree with an opinion, and immediately decide who the other person is. In this way, people are a lot like those shells. What lies beneath is never what we see at first glance, and usually is far more important. Therefore, understanding the truth behind a person, the experiences, fears, hopes, and struggles that shape who they are, doesn't make them less beautiful. If anything, it makes them more exquisite. The shells that line the shore also reflect the journey towards fulfillment, which most of us will be looking for as we leave here today. From the outside, shells are vibrant and polished, yet the story of what has shaped them is what makes them truly stunning. Similarly, we're constantly chasing an appearance, what looks like happiness and success from the outside. Whether this through social media or simply by listing off our achievements on college resumes, we want to appear thriving and prosperous because in some way we believe that this will manifest satisfaction in our lives. However, as I've learned from some of the most loving people in my life, my family, happiness and success are about the small accomplishments and joys we find along the way. My grandparents, on both sides, the McManamans, my mother's parents from Ireland, and the Tevenses, my father's parents, rooted here in Center Moriches, have been pillar role models in my life, showing me how hard work, dedication, and determination can help you create your own purpose, and how our greatest values come from what lies within, regardless of what others perceive. In my immediate family, I strive to be like them. To be as thoughtful as my mother, as dedicated and driven as my father, as vivacious and impassioned as Hannah, and as determined, tough, and carefree as Amelia. From them, I've learned that it's not the ending point that matters, but the journey there. If you find one thing that can make you smile every week, every day, maybe even every hour, you'll find happiness. And this happiness will bring you passion, and this passion will turn into determination, and this determination will flower into success. Success cannot be measured by one achievement, and happiness will never be achieved by aspiring to look a certain way. Instead, both are found in living authentically, pursuing what brings you joy, and setting goals that guide you to becoming the person you strive to be. If we can learn to see one another for not only what appears on the surface, but for the depth of what makes us, us, and define our own milestones in the journey of life that fulfill our own aspirations and ambitions, this will allow us to create meaningful lives, not because they are pretty from the outside, but because they are authentically our own. I believe that these are lessons worth carrying with us long after we leave this shoreline behind. Thank you.
Thank you, Clara. At this time, would the senior members of the symphonic band please assemble? Yeah, let's hear it for the band. Now their final performance, our graduates will be performing Joy Revisited. especially those that have just performed their last time here at St. Moriches High School. Also, thank you to Mr. Conifrey, Mr. Preston, Ms. Green, Mrs. Basil, and Ms. Sotong for your continued commitment to music education and for inspiring our students from their very first notes to today's performance and beyond. The accomplishments we celebrate today are the result of a strong partnership amongst our students, families, faculty, staff, and the Board of Education. Together, we have created a school community where students are challenged, supported, and inspired to succeed. Helping to lead that work is our superintendent. It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Ricardo Soto.
Good morning, class of 2026. To your families, our faculty, members of the Board of Education, and esteemed guests, welcome. This time of year is marked by profound moments of reflection and commencement throughout our community. We celebrate the many paths our students choose, from pursuing academic and vocational training to the brave and heroic decision to enlist in the military. As I reflected on the courage and conviction demonstrated by this class this year, I realized that my perspective concerning my role needed to shift. We began this year as educators with the intention of imparting knowledge, bestowing wisdom, sparking curiosity, and helping to manage adversity. But circumstances this year challenged this notion. In moments that required true character, you, the class of 2026, shifted that dynamic. You became the teachers, showing us that the greatest lessons are not found in books, but in the collective strength, insight, and resilience of this graduating class and our entire community. The realization that we have a lot to learn from one another is a powerful idea we will return to in a moment. My own understanding of character was forged by a memory from my childhood. After my mother's passing when I was very young, I was raised by my father, a licensed counselor. He understood that true strength lies not in reaction, but in response. I distinctly remember him speaking to me, not with anger or raised voice, but in a measured, deliberate tone. His idea of happiness, his instruction was simple. Ricardo, you are fine. Breathe and count to 3, and reflect on something positive. This subtle shift in delivery was intentional. It demanded my full attention and a thoughtful response. It was a foundational lesson, how to compartmentalize emotion, control impulse, and ensure my response to any challenge was purposeful, not reactive. The idea that character is defined by the quality of our responses to adversity is what led me to study martial arts, Zen Buddhism, psychology, and philosophy, or in search of a better understanding of how we choose our way forward. So graduates, take a moment to breathe before responding. As you stand at this crossroads, remember that the direction of your life is determined by your daily decisions. Your path, whether clear from childhood, discovered throughout high school, or still unfolding, will be shaped by the quality of your choices. Seek out mentors who will challenge your perspective, elevate your thinking, and hold you accountable to your highest potential. In every step, choose actively. Choose to care for those around you. Choose to respond with dignity. Choose to respect those around you, and choose to stand courageously for your principles. As legendary UCLA basketball coach John Wooden famously said, life is a matter of choices, and every choice you make makes you. Never allow circumstances or others to choose your path. You are the architect of your life. Pursue your aspirations with conviction and purpose and define your own happiness. The idea of happiness is a personal process. What brings fulfillment to one person might not resonate with another. As most of you may not imagine yourself as a superintendent, I have found profound joy in my choice of a profession. So I urge you to pursue the paths that spark genuine joy within you. But remember that true happiness is often found in the service of others and in the integrity of your character. It is not merely a destination to be reached, but a way of traveling, a commitment to be a good person, judged by the kindness and wisdom you bring to every interaction. As you move forward, let your definition of happiness be anchored in the positive impact you have on the world around you. In the face of an extraordinary year, we watched as you did not merely endure, you rose. While we, your educators, sought to provide guidance, it was your response that truly illuminated our community. We witnessed you coalesce around one another with profound dignity, meeting sorrow with shared strength and finding solace in one another. You were not afraid to be vulnerable, to admit struggles. In so doing so, you discovered a resilience that had always lived within you, waiting for its moment. In every classroom and across every hallway, the roles were reversed. You became our teachers. You taught us that hope is an active choice and that community is forged in kindness. For these invaluable lessons, we applaud you and offer our deepest gratitude. Please join me in a round of applause for the class of 2026. On June 11, we watched our seniors take their final walk through the halls that have defined their academic lives. A moment filled with hugs, tears, and heartfelt best wishes. This tradition is a visible testament to the profound foundation and wisdom provided by every teacher, administrator, and staff member in our St. Moriches family. They built the pathways for your success. Now, let's turn our attention to the pillars of your personal strength, your parents, guardians, and extended family. For 13 years, they have offered unwavering support, unconditional love, and countless sacrifices, believing in your potential long before you recognized it in yourselves. Graduates, please join me in a huge round of applause for the St. Moriches staff and all the families who made this day possible. The theme of family was central to this week's Varsity Awards dinner, and I'd like to extend a sincere thank you to the Booster Club for such an outstanding program. As I reflected on the event, I was struck by how frequently coaches, students, and our athletic director, Mr. Dode, spoke of our school as a family. In his closing remarks, Mr. Dode reminded us that the true strength of St. Moriches lies in the sense of community, a gift exemplified by how our students care for one another. As adults, we have much to learn from the example. I urge our seniors to hold on to this sense of connection and remember that St. Moriches will always be your home. We are immensely proud of each of you. Go forth with integrity and confidence and continue to foster the same sense of community wherever you go. Congratulations, class of 2026. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Soto. Family, friends, class of 2026, let us formally recognize and welcome our much accomplished class of 2026 valedictorian, Alexander Gentile. Alex is graduating with a grade point average of 104.45 and will be attending Cornell University. Majoring in mechanical engineering, Alex is also the recipient of the 4-year National Scholarship through the Naval Reserve Officers Training Corps, providing him with a full tuition paid collegiate program. Please join me in welcoming Alex Gentile.
Ladies and gentlemen, faculty and staff, honored guests, grandma, and most of all my fellow classmates. The ancient Greek philosopher, Ferris Bueller, once said that life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. Well, these 4 years of high school really have gone by pretty quickly. And if there's ever a time to look around, this is it. Let's look back to see where we came from. Let's look around this room to see where we are today. And let's look forward to our future as graduates of St. Moriches High School. Looking back, let's take a moment to appreciate the journey that brought us to today. For most of us, that journey began at Clayton Huey. Remember that thing on the playground that we used to jump onto and spin so fast that one of us would get thrown off and break an arm? Or the times when we swore we saw killer clowns in the schoolyard. And let's not forget Champ, where we would even, at our young age, try to figure out how to play cool math games, Agario, and my personal favorite, Roblox McDonald's Tycoon, on the computers during the rainy days. Think about the growth and the many changes we have experienced along the way. Personally, as I look back at these past 4 years, I realized that I was a bit too concerned about how others were thinking of me. I realized that even today, I've been nervous to hear how everyone would react once I gave the speech. I look at the crowd and I see everyone has such high expectations of me and what I have to say. I think that, especially in high school, it's easy to let other people's opinions dictate your actions. And so you hold back, whether it's not raising your hand in class or not talking to other people. Fear of embarrassment can deprive us of wonderful experiences. And fear of failure can keep us from great achievements. There were times when that fear of failure and embarrassment made me want to give up some of the things I was pursuing in my life. But every time I thought about quitting, I told myself that I would regret it later. And so I kept on going. And it's brought me to here. It's been a great journey, but let's take a moment to remember that not all of us got to complete that journey. Let's remember our friends and also how we came together, not only as a class, but as a community, to support each other, demonstrating in the process the heart and unity that makes our small town so special. Let's also look back with gratitude at what our teachers, administrators, and most of all our families did to get us here to today. And I would like to give a special thank you to my mom, who has always been there for me, my dad, who is the hardest working man I know, my brother Nick, who has been my life mentor and occasional tour mentor, my grandmother, who has loved and supported me, and to the rest of my wonderful family. Take a moment to look around this room today. What a celebration of our accomplishments. Everyone here is proud of you, and we should be proud of ourselves. This is the day we have been looking forward to for the past 13 years. For some of us, this day represents the fulfillment of generations going back before our lifetime. This is a great day, one we will always remember. Finally, let's look toward our future. In just a few minutes, we will be called graduates of St. Moriches High School. Time will continue to move forward, but things are going to be different. Up to now, our lives have been on a sort of track, a path that was set for us. Kindergarten leads to first grade leads to second grade, etc., all the way up to today. But now, we are not going to be on track anymore. Well, other than Layla Cole and Emma Gold. From this day forward, each of us has to forge our own path in life. And the path that we pursue will come about as a result of our own decisions. Is that thought a little scary? Maybe. But on the other hand, consider how empowering it is that we have the freedom to choose what our future will look like. Yes, I use this word empowering. This is a power that each of us possesses, the power to make decisions that direct the course of our lives and that can have an impact on the world around us. And don't let your power be dimmed by fear. Don't let other people's opinions and judgments dictate your goals and aspirations. Get involved, take risks, try something new, and grow. And don't be afraid to fail either. Taking those chances is what leads us to grow as individuals. And so, to my fellow classmates, before the special moments that make up this day become a memory as life continues to move well, pretty fast, I want to congratulate you on this great accomplishment. Thank you for the fun and friendship we have shared together, and extend the wish that each of you finds a life full of happiness and fulfillment. That you form meaningful relationships, that you find a calling that inspires your passion, and that you make an impact on your community. As far as I'm concerned, this is what truly defines success. Thank you all, and congratulations, Class of 2026.
Thank you, Alex. At this time, we are going to recognize our Class of 2026 students in many different capacities. First, we will recognize the top performing senior in each of our departments. All award winners through the years are prominently displayed in our Academic Excellence Showcase and our award showcase in the back lobby, and have received a plaque at Senior Awards Night. Please stand when I call your name to be recognized. The Art Award, Lux Capola. The Business Award, Kendall Nill. The English Award, Alexander Gentile. The French Award, Moira Dalton. The Spanish Award, Lux Capola. Instrumental Music Award, Clara Tevens. Vocal Music Award, Molly Hart. Mathematics Award, Alexander Gentile. Physical Education Award, Emma Gold. Physical Education Award, Daniel Gilroy. Science Award, Delinda DeVoe. Social Studies Award, Julia DePerry. Technology Award, Kira Vale. Citizenship Award, Clara Tevens. Community Service and Involvement Program Award, Carly Coonan. We also have two students who received the Life Skills Achievement Award, Jacqueline Tejan and Cole Wiegans. The Section 11 Gold Key Award is the highest honor a student athlete can receive in Suffolk County for sports participation awarded to athletes who have lettered in at least 8 JV or varsity seasons between grades 10 and 12. Will all of our Section 11 Gold Key Award winners please stand to be recognized? Will our 3 sport varsity scholar athletes please stand? I am proud to say that Santa Moriches High School has been recognized as a school of distinction, which is awarded to schools for having all of our varsity teams as scholar athlete teams. Please stand if you have been part of our performing arts programs, band, chorus, theater, art shows. Please stand if you have earned high honors in music through NISMA, All County, All State, or other prestigious ensembles. Your dedication to the arts has brought pride to our school community. Please stand if you will be a collegiate athlete or a collegiate musician next year. This year, we are extremely proud to recognize 4 members of the class of 2026 who have made the courageous decision to serve our country. They have officially enlisted and will soon begin their journey in the armed forces. Please stand when I call your name. Jasmine Ursen, Army. Alexis Henshaw, Navy. Aloha Escondon, Marines. And John Martinez, Marines. We also have 3 students who have committed to the Reserve Officers Training Corps, ROTC. Alex Gentile, Air Force. Peter Nizza, Navy. And Alexis Adana, Army. We thank you for your bravery, your commitment, and your selfless service. We wish you strength, success, and safe passage. You make Center Moriches proud. The IB program is one of our most rigorous academic paths a high school student can take. These students have demonstrated exceptional dedication, perseverance, and a true love of learning. Their commitment to academic excellence and global mindedness has prepared them for incredible futures, and we are confident they will continue to thrive and lead wherever life takes them. Will the following International Baccalaureate Diploma candidates please stand to be recognized and remain standing? Moira Dalton, Juliet Perry, Lila Eaton, Chloe Kobus, and Clara Temmons. Please stand and remain standing if you have taken any IB courses throughout your high school career here. Please stand if you have taken an AP course. If you have taken a college level course. These students before you are already going above and beyond high school expectations. Please stand if you participated in a BOCES career and technical education program. Today, you are not only earning your high school diploma, but also graduating with a professional trade, which is an incredible accomplishment. Please stand if you are a first-generation high school graduate. Please stand if you are a first-generation American and either of your parents were born outside of the United States. Your families are so proud of you. If your journey to this moment began in another country and you are standing here graduating today, please stand to be recognized. You have overcame many obstacles and challenges to get to this point, and we are so proud of you. This year we have 3 Eagle Scouts to recognize. Antonio Gerbino, Logan Kaiser, and Peter Nizza. We are so proud of you and your dedication and commitment to your community. We also have one student who has been awarded the General Ira C. Eaker Award. That is Alex Gentile. The following students are members of the Center Moriches Fire Department or East Moriches Ambulance and show a commitment to serving already. Delinda DeVoe, Connor Morano, Deanna Morgan, and Alexis Henshaw. have participated in any of our sports or clubs throughout your high school career. Please stand if you have, during your time here in high school, held a part-time job. It is not easy. Also, please stand if you have completed community service for our community. You may notice that all of our graduates are standing as they have all completed the required community service. Most have exceeded our expectations. Let's hear it again for our class of 2026. Please be seated. We heard some amazing speeches this morning. Words of wisdom, words of advice, words of inspiration. I am so proud of our 3 students who stood up here in front of everyone today and represented this class so well. The message that Madison, that you don't have to be the best, but being kind is your greatest superpower. Clara reminded us that the beautiful seashells that line our Center Moriches beaches have such a deeper meaning, and that we need to look deeper and closer at each other. And Alex reminded us that it is scary putting yourself out there, but we have so much power in our decisions that will help us find true success. Our families, faculty, and entire community should feel an overwhelming sense of pride. Now, I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge that 2 members of the class of 2026 are not with us today. While Morgan and Josh are not here to walk across this stage, they will always be part of this class and forever a part of the Center Moriches family. I believe that they would have wanted us to be filled with joy today, laughter, and celebration that this milestone deserves. The greatest way we can honor them is to celebrate this moment. Each member of the class of 2026 received a red and white bracelet to serve as a simple reminder of Morgan and Josh, and of the strength, compassion, and unity this class has shown in supporting one another. The Center Moriches family, we come together when we need each other most. Every one of you has faced challenges. You have overcome adversity. You found strength when you weren't sure you had any left. And you kept moving forward when it wasn't easy. And because of that, you are standing here today as graduates. You did it. Now, I know there are hundreds of people here today, but for a moment, I'm going to speak directly to you, my class of 2026. I am so proud of everything you have accomplished. You joined the Unified team and helped us become a unified champion school through the Special Olympics. You broke school records on the soccer fields. You took center stage as the lead in the school musical. You learned an entirely new language. You were elected as officers and leaders. You became the first athlete in school history to qualify for the Winter Track State Championship. You earned scholarships. You returned that kickoff at homecoming and gave us all something to cheer about. You completed the International Baccalaureate program. You pushed yourself through challenging classes, participated in music organizations outside of school. You earned your Advanced Regents diploma. You set a New York State deadlift record. You made nationals for triathlons and are running in Ohio this summer. Emma, where are you? Emma Leary. Yes. Amazing. But I am just as proud of the accomplishments that don't come with a trophy, a certificate, or a headline. You fought through injuries. You learned from failures. I saw you get knocked down and find the strength to stand back up. I am proud of the confidence you gained, the friendships and relationships that you built, and the way you learned to balance school, work, activities, family, and life. You went to BOCES and have companies fighting over you because they want you to work for them. You stepped outside of your comfort zones and took a chance on something new. You are graduating an entire year early. Where's Gina? An entire year early. I saw you working behind the scenes quietly every day without seeking recognition. I saw you when you simply refused to give up. The truth is, every one of you has a story. Every one of you faced challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt, yet here you are. And while today is a celebration of what you have accomplished, I hope you realize that these achievements are only the beginning. The accomplishments we celebrate today are impressive, but what will define your life is your willingness to keep learning, keep growing, keep taking chances, and keep getting back up when life is difficult. At the Varsity Awards last week, Layla Cole said something that stuck with me. She said track is thought of as an individual sport, but not here. Here, it's a team sport. That sums us up. Good job, Layla. We are all individuals. Everyone has their own story, but together, we are a team, we are a family. I will always be here for you for a very long time. I literally lived on the block. So come back, ask for advice, reminisce, plan. Even if you may or may not have been in my office for not the best reasons, still come back and visit. I'm always here for you. This community is always here for you. And we are so excited to see what you do in the future. Class of 2026, we are so proud of your hearts, your voices, and your impact. You've made your mark on the school and the community, and the world is already better for it. Now, the best way I can show you all my love is to stop talking and to start awarding these diplomas. Our guidance counselors, Mrs. Marino and Ms. Breuer, will be reading the names of our graduates as our Board of Education members present them with their diplomas. Please welcome Ms. Marino and our Board of Education trustee, Dr. Dawn DePerry, to present diplomas to the first group of candidates.
Alexander James Gentile. Clara Riley Tebbins. Madison Jessica Bennett. Emery Alea. Jeremy Alejandro Barada. Emily Barrera. Malena Salaveria. Emily Carol Bechtold. Noah Thomas Berhoff. Nicholas Peter Berdan. Cole Allen Deegan. Julia Jennifer DePerry. Lila Rose Eaton. Braden James Gold. Emma Rose Gold. Michael Kurt Gold. Molly Catherine Hart. Chloe Ann Kobus. Jasmine Ursan. Brody Shea Mayer. Sarah Nicole Standard. Leah Rose Zuckerberg. Gianni Bergami. Hunter James Bernhard. To continue the presentation of diplomas, it's my pleasure to introduce Board of Education Vice President, Ms. Thomasina Harrell. Merrick Michael Busso. Bianca Rose Buda. Emma Rose Cantatori. Brian Bolivar Castro Martinez. Gabriella Rose Cirillo. Devin Andrew Singh Chada. Avery James Chiappone. Daniel Joseph Cintron. Layla Sky Khalees Cole. Carly Marisa Kunin. Liliana Sophia Capola. Andrew Frank Capola. Sophia Cosette Capola. Jack Lise Cressy. Moira May Dalton. Emma Ann Leary. Rocco Joseph Daly. Eric Peter DeAngelis. Thomas Brian Deedy. Lucas Christopher Del Giorno. Yandel Diaz Brittini. Timothy William Jackson Jr. Deshaun Alexander McGee. Brandon Lamar Smith Jr. Jordan Kyle Williams. Trayvon Leray Jackson. To continue the presentation of diplomas, it is my pleasure to introduce Board of Education Trustee, Mr. John Toms. Madison Noel Farley. Delinda Maria DeVoe. Ava Jenny Formisano. Austin Grace Fox. Naomi Stacy Garcia Rugama. Gabriela Nikolaeva Gaylor. Antonio Salvatore Gerbino. Daniel Gilroy. Jacob Ryan Gould. Ever Armando Gallarva Hernandez.
Sarah Hoffner. Dennis Alexander Hayes Jr. Alexis Ashley Henshaw. Jenna Maria Himmelstein. Bria Jones. Emma Jones. Logan Robert Kaiser. Gregorio Lainez Reyes. Nico Robert Libretti. Lennon Latuma. Karen Loja Escandon. John Martinez Morales. To continue the presentation of diplomas, it is my pleasure to introduce Board of Education Trustee, Ms. Shauna Walsh. Joseph Ryan Masterson. William James Masterson. James Luigi Matera. Blake Joshua McGovern. Anthony Molina. Michaela Catherine Montecalvo. Natalia Rose Marias.
Joseph Morano. Cameron Jason Nichols. Kendall Andrea Mill. Peter James Nizza. Carolyn Nicole Omenson. Marilyn Perez Carrillo. Flor Perez Gomez. Jose Alfredo Perez Gomez. Ryan Lee Person, Jr. Meadow Kathleen Quinn Piazza. Brooke Lynn Piazza. Alexa Faith Rera. Kimberly Ann Pettit. Michael Gaetano Piccinoni. Luke Ace Piccoli. Max Joseph Rayburn. Jordan Daniel Rayner. To continue the presentation of diplomas, it is my pleasure to introduce Board of Education President, Mr. Brian Tennedy. Luke Rabori Costanzo. Jasmine Rivadeneira. Maria Camila Rivera Hernandez. Alanis Rojas Ortiz. Jonathan Joel Sarmiento. Jacqueline Elizabeth Tijan. Gianna Grace Rotunda. Zachary Richard Rotunda. Jesse James Schifferstein. James Tyler Shelton III. Mateo Augustin Silva Villalon. Alexa Ann Sedano. Evan James Sedano. Isabella Maria Sroden. Andrew Thomas Stokes. Stevie Suri Tokai. James Paul Taylor. Kira Vale. Aiden Jeffrey Vasallo. Deanna Victoria Warnkin. Kieran Amelia Jacqueline Weinstein. Jaden Ann White. Cole Leopold Wiegand. Liam Joseph Zanker.
Will the class of 2026 please stand? By the power vested in me by the Center Moriches Board of Education and New York State Department of Education, I now pronounce you graduates of Center Moriches High School.